Today, we're going to go for some peace and quiet in the national park. Oh, I'm kidding. There are going to be trainer battles in there as well. Anyway, this guy here is talking about the Pokewalker, which is, in case you don't own one, a peripheral that came with Hard Gold and Soul Silver. Basically, the way it works is that you put one of your Pokemon inside, and whenever you walk, whenever you take a step, it gains 1 experience point. Of course, there's a limit of 1 level that you can obtain per session with the Pokewalker, so that you don't bring like a level 30 for Alligator to Faulkner. But otherwise, it's pretty cool, especially when your Pokemon's high level, because you can keep gaining experience longer with it. And, oh, I got a Quick Claw, so that's, well, I wouldn't say it's very good, because, well, I'm going to give it to Zubat, because it doesn't have anything else that it can use, and, well, giving it to Zubat is rather questionable in the first place, because it's going to evolve into Golbat, and then hopefully to Crobat in not too long, and Crobat's one of the fastest Pokemon in the game, so yeah, I'm just gonna give it that for the time being, just so that it at least has something. But yeah, other things you can do with the Pokewalker other than gaining experience, you can catch Pokemon in that thing, and you can also find some items, some very rare depending on the courses you're in. Of course, the more rare stuff is found in the courses you unlock later on in the game. Well, I'm referring to the Pokewalker as a game because, well, I guess it could be considered a game, but yeah, you can find Pokemon and items, and they're fairly similar to the Dream World, in fact, except it's better. But then again, the Dream World has those alternate abilities, but otherwise, the Pokewalker was way better than this. Which reminds me, you've probably heard about the Sing Pikachu event that's going to be taking place in Japan, or maybe it already happened, I don't really know for sure, but that Pikachu, yep, it's got the Sing, which is yet another event move that it's never going to have any use for. That's right, Pikachu's got like 120 event moves, and all of them are useless. However, there's a catch for this Pikachu. And no, it's not the fact that it has Teeter Dance as well, because yeah, it does have Teeter Dance too, which can't be obtained on Pikachu otherwise. And, just hold on a second. I love this dialogue. I'm just kidding. You're the cutest Pokemon ever, but that's what I was about to say. Snubbull, cute. I think, quite frankly, it's an ugly mess in my opinion, because, well, it's like an experiment gone horribly wrong when you think about it. You got Snubbull, who's based on a Bulldog. Now, a Bulldog, there's no freaking way that this thing would be considered cute in any circles. Then, what they did, they took that Bulldog and they made it pink with all kinds of really, I don't know how to describe that, all kinds of cutesy stuff to make it look like it's actually cute. But it's still a freaking Bulldog! It's ugly as hell! So this is what I mean by experiment gone horribly wrong. It's like if they tried to make a, on second thought, I'm gonna withdraw that comment I was about to say about, trying to make a spider look cute, because, to be honest, they sort of managed to go somewhere with Joltik. It's actually sort of cute for a spider. Also, fun fact, it's the smallest Pokemon ever, so, just so you know, that means it's even more squishy, but then again, it's actually sort of cute, so I don't really know why you'd want to squish that. But yeah, other than that, Snubbull is just an ugly train wreck, if you ask me. But yeah, I was about to say something about the Sing and Teeter Dance Pikachu. There's a catch, and it's that it was actually given its Dream World ability, which is Lightning Rod. Which is a huge improvement over Static, by the way. And that's not all, there's another catch. And you're not going to believe it if you haven't seen it yet. It's actually female, which means you can breed Lightning Rod Pikachus to infinity, and it also has access to its egg moves that way. And that is something that I didn't expect to see. An Event Dream World Pokemon with, that's actually female? Well, to be fair, thank God they didn't do that for Blaziken, because otherwise, well, can you imagine a Speed Boost Blaziken picking up a Baton Pass? That thing would remain in Ubers for at least a decade. Anyway, this part here, sort of similar to Gold, Silver, Crystal. No, I don't want to use Headbutt on the tree. Okay, there we go. I knew there was something in there, but yeah, there are items that are sort of hidden behind the fences, so we gotta find the entrance to that area. No, don't want to headbutt this either, thank you. But yeah, something else that I wanted to point out, because well, I wouldn't say I'm angry about it, but it's still sort of sad, and I would just like to mention it just so that hopefully it doesn't repeat itself again. Yesterday someone asked me what set I was going to have on my Gengar, and so I answered honestly it's going to be Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Hypnosis, and Dream Eater. Almost the same I had in Crystal, except I had Thunder and Ice Punch back then. I think instead of Shadow Ball and Thunderbolt, because Shadow Ball was physical back then. But yeah, what happened afterwards was that I got a whole bunch of thumbs up on that comment for some reason. It wasn't a witty comment. It wasn't even funny at all. It was just me reciting 4 moves, and I got 3 or 4 thumbs up for this. I don't really remember. So, just wondering, there are a lot of witty comments that I get from other people that go totally unnoticed most of the time, yet I just say 4 Pokemon moves and I get thumbs up. That, in my opinion, is world-class ass-kissing. And, it's fine if you like my work, if you're a fan, I don't know. But, please don't start kissing my ass, because I don't particularly enjoy it. It's not very comfortable. And that's not just me either. I think any other Let's Player worth their salt is going to tell you the same thing. Ow! Critical on Headbutt? Well, that freaking hurt. Well, at least it's not gonna... Oh, no! Okay, I live. I thought for sure I was gonna be able to kill it with that attack! And in the end, I almost got killed myself. And you know what? The Pokemon Center is actually sort of far away, so I'm going to try and trigger a random battle and use Roost once, maybe twice. And man, I'm getting a lot of phone numbers in this place. No, not that I'm complaining, because that means maybe more opportunities for rematches once I actually beat Archer. So let's see, what do we got here? A Kakuna! Well, that's probably the best thing I could hope for, so I'm just going to use Roost twice. Will you just stop beeping? Please? Well, at least it didn't do it during the animation, but it kept beeping even after it went back up into the yellow. And it sort of reminds me of, how in Black and White they actually made sort of a song that's backed up by that beeping, and it's actually sort of cool. And I've seen someone even jokingly refer to that song as the Gets His Battle theme. The real one, if you'll recall, is the one that has nothing but drums. And to be honest, I can't decide if it's really amazing or absolutely lame. But anyway, that Kakuna went surprisingly easy for a Pokemon that had already used the Harden twice. I mean, sure, it was level 10, but still, it's still a Kakuna with, well, I wouldn't say high defense, but I guess for a Pokemon with a base stat total that's barely over 200, I guess it's fairly decent. So, why was I surprised that it went down so easily again? And no, there's no way that I'm gonna keep Zubat in against the level 16 Raichu. You got that? Anyway, Thunder Shock did 6 damage to Gengar, which means it would have probably fried that Zubat in like 1 or 2 hits, and Shadow Punch wasn't enough? Are you serious, game? Wow! Well, I guess Shadow Punch is physical and all, and Gengar doesn't have spectacular physical attack, but still. Gonna use Thunderbolt to finish it off in order not to trigger static, because it would be really sad if I had to go all the way back to the Pokemon Center at this point. Anyway, I think that was the last trainer in the National Park, so since I have some time left, I'm going to move on to Route 36, and yes, by the way, I'm aware that there's a section of Route 35 that I still haven't gone to. I'm going to keep it for a little later, whenever I feel like it, I guess. But anyway, something that I'm not sure that I brought up in my Crystal LP, so I'm going to do it right now, just in case I didn't do it back then. You know how the bug catching contest and the regular National Park have different encounter rates depending on which one you're in right now? Well, I'm just wondering, who's responsible for, changing all the Pokemon species that are in there every time the contests start and finish? I mean, there are Pidgeys and Sunkerns in the National Park during regular business hours, I guess. And someone's got to take every last Pidgey and Sunkern away from that place whenever a contest begins and replace them with, Butterfrees and Beedrills and Scythers and Pincers and stuff like that. Because, no way, there's simply no way that I'm going to accept that this is being done naturally without any human intervention. And after the contest, they go and catch all these rare Pokemons all over again, every last one of them, because, Confuse Ray, nope, no more room in that moveset for Confuse Ray. But yet you can't find any of these guys normally, even if you were to search until the end of your day. So, how does this work exactly? I have no freaking idea. And I think this trainer, his third Pokemon, I knew it was going to be a Kadabra, so I'm going to send out a Gengar, because I'm not confident in my Zubat's capabilities to, take down a Kadabra, even at level 16, one-on-one, because, it would be like, Kadabra used Confusion, and Zubat would be from full to dead in the blink of an eye, and that would be a very bad time for it to start losing happiness points. I already lucked out with that Cubone earlier on, so I'm not gonna take any chances. Payback, no thanks, because even if it's boosted, which it's not gonna be because my Gengar is so overleveled. Even if it's boosted, it's just barely going to be stronger than Shadow Punch. So I think we have the time for another trainer, so let's get started. I remember this guy here, he gives you, I think, Fire Stones whenever he calls you sometimes, so this is another trainer that you really want to have in your phone book if you're looking for evolutionary stones. And I don't know why, for some reason I remembered him having a Growlithe, but he's got a Tangela. Oh well, not complaining, it's going to be a lot easier to kill. And you know what, this makes me wonder. We're always talking about killing and dying, but is there really anyone... Oh, so close again! But yeah, is there really anyone that used the terms fainting when talking about Pokemon? Because in every other game in existence, you kill enemies, but here you just make them faint. You don't kill them at all, and yet everyone that I've ever heard talk about the game, well, we're always talking about killing and dying and stuff, so... Is there anyone watching this who still uses the term fainting when it comes to Pokemon? I'm asking just like that, I'm just curious. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today, so next time on Pokemon Soul Silver, we're going to take on the bug catching contest, and maybe, hopefully, get ourselves something decent. Hopefully a Scyther or a Pinsir. But just before I'm done for today, I'm just gonna show you... We made it all the way back to Pseudo-Udo! We came a long way, haven't we?